I am George Fontenette. The time has come for everyone to know the truth. With our actions here today, we reaffirm that by protesting, we have illuminated imperfections in the democratic structure here in Jersey City, and we usher in a new rising tide of civic consciousness. The Rally for Transparency is but a small, vital step in correcting the imperfections in the system. With transparency as our theme, let's talk the Croson Study. For those not in the know, the Croson Study is a purchasing disparity study conducted by MGT of America for the city. From 2001 to 2008, it sought to answer the question: does Jersey City exercise active and/or passive discrimination in the city's procurement trends or practices? The conclusion, released in 2011, was kept secret, kept quiet, but was a resounding yes. In Jersey City, African American owned firms received only 0.85% of prime contracts. That is $550,000 out of more than $67.3 million. And that's the good news. Utilization of African American subcontractors yielded $12,200 in 2006, but that's out of $6.2 million. Out of the total tax-abated projects from 2006 to 2008, there was $1.251 billion in billing, but black contractors received 0.18%. That's 0.18 of 1%. Far below the study's projections for subcontractors on tax-abated projects. African American professional services utilization yielded 0.42%. That's $38,000 out of $9.1 million. In architecture and engineering services, black firms received nothing, zero. Goods and supplies vendors, that's office supplies, medical supplies, miscellaneous building materials, equipment, vehicles, and computers, blacks received nothing, zero. That's out of $13.1 million in billing. Other services firms, that is janitorial and maintenance services, uniform guard services, computer services, certain job shop services, graphics, photographic services, landscaping, and other non-technical or unlicensed services. Once again, we have a shutout. Blacks received nothing, zero out of $24.2 million in billing. Permits utilization and prime contractors. Again, blacks received nothing out of $39.6 million. Permits utilization of subcontractors. Blacks received 0.02% out of $423.6 million. Read construction data utilization of prime contractors. Once again, the shutout is present. Zero. Out of $110.4 million in billing. These are imperfections in the democratic structure. Just as the body needs food for sustenance, so too does the community within a city, and that sustenance is finance and access. Finance and access to capital. The city's second largest demographic, 25% of the population, black people, have in effect been starved by the city and its developers from within the confines of the system itself. Now allow me to put this into context. Imagine if I deprive you of food and water for 17 plus years. How are you supposed to look? What condition are you supposed to be in at the end of the ordeal if you're not already dead? Will you have all of your cognitive faculties? Will you even have the luxury of thinking things through? Or will every decision be one made in desperation? Does this not to a large degree describe the condition of Ward F and Ward A, where many African Americans are relegated? Is it now their fault that the halls of power and influence in City Hall neglected them and denied them access to opportunity? Now imagine, if you will, if African American owned businesses were given their fair share of city contracts. What would neighborhoods in Ward F and Ward A look like today? Imagine a 25 or 30 plus million dollar contract going to an African American business person here in Jersey City. What are the possibilities of that? The business would be solvent, of course. It could grow, hiring more people. The business owner would be in a position to become a developer today. A venture capitalist or for his family and the community, building a web of economic interconnectivity in a new, thriving community. Now intergenerational wealth transfers are possible. That business could write checks to community organizations targeting growth and development of children. Pop Warner Football, the Gladiator Track Club, the Honeybees, and Bobby Stewart's King Knights Chess Club. That is what transparency can do. Help bring about transformative change. I'm talking about the kind of change that alters the trajectory of people's lives, of neighborhoods, of an entire city. The Croson study reveals a lot. This is why we're here, illuminating imperfections in the democratic structure. We want transparency. We need transparency. Let this be the time that we make opportunity available. 3 requests have been made for clarity pertaining to the progress made with the unanimously adopted strategic plan. They've all been ignored. An open records request was made by the NAACP's Labor and Industry Committee, and it was denied. We have reached the untenable. I'm reminded by Dr. King in an essay he wrote, Black Power Defined, that the powerful never lose opportunities. It is always available to them. The powerless, on the other hand, never experience opportunity. It is always arriving at a later time. Now is that time. Let us go forth and affirm our commitment to justice through demanding transparency, accountability, and seeking economic justice and equity. Thank you.